Okay, so humble business brag, not really bragging. It's kind of, I mean, you could consider it embarrassing, but this is sort of the point of the video is like, is this embarrassing? Well, so today I spent the whole day, kind of had stuff planned to do. I was going to get a cavity filled and do some like managerial stuff, but things came up with family, with like discussions that needed to be had, helping or like raise my children, like really like not saying, okay, I'm just going to go with the day I have planned. I'm going to look at my family and understand these are people that need me and try to be there for them, even though it's not convenient for me. But recognizing that raising this family is ultimately going to be the most beneficial investment I could make. I mean, if you raise your children right, then they're a blessing for the rest of your life. If you raise them wrong, they're going to be a curse for the rest of your life. So am I really going to invest all this time in a business problem that's going to be there tomorrow? Ultimately, it's like I can solve these problems. I mean, maybe not, because like there's always like, maybe your business does go completely belly up, but probably not. I mean, not if you're managing it properly, not if you have systems in place. But even then, it's like, how effective are you going to be at business when your mind is somewhere else? Your mind's distracted by family, your mind's distracted by these other things that are going on. So ultimately, what is the most productive thing you can do? Is the most productive thing you can do to push forward with the plan you had anyway, or is the most productive thing you can do to look at the entire situation and maybe say, yeah, no, I was gonna do this, and I mean reasonable, like how do these words apply? I mean, what's the goal? What's the goal we have in mind? How are we achieving this goal? How are we not achieving this goal? How am I letting what I think that I need to do right now distract me from maybe what I actually need to do right now? And just keeping that in mind is very helpful. Like at the end of the day, like I don't like that I missed getting my cavity filled. A small cavity backup wisdom tooth here, small cavity backup wisdom tooth here. And I think it's from drinking alcohol. Drank a lot of alcohol this past year, more alcohol than I've ever consumed in my life. And not even that much, like maybe like once a week average, like actual average once a week. Actual. Include that's like averaging the weeks that I drank like a lot of alcohol and the weeks I didn't drink it, like or had like a glass of wine or something. You add all up, probably about 50 times that year I drank alcohol. And that was enough to dysregulate my gut and I believe give me cavities. I think the other cavity I did have was when I was 13, and that was soda. Soda, I believe, is completely toxic to the teeth and will totally give you cavities. So I wanted to get that filled, and I'm like, it's important that I do that. I don't want to like be someone who's unreliable, but in some sense, like reliability is an interesting concept. Like you definitely have to be reliable, and that's going to be determined by the people who are closest to you, like my business partner, my brother, like my wife, my children, my mom, my father. These are the people that are closest to me. So these are the people who are going to determine my reliability. Like, is Devin reliable? Well, these are the people that rely on me. So am I reliable to them? Am I reliable to my dentist? He doesn't fucking rely on me. So if I'm reliable to him or not, it's not really my business. And I was thinking about this with like Donald Trump being 2 hours late to the Joe Rogan experience. And I mean, it's 2 hours. Honestly, pretty impressive for Trump, someone that busy only being 2 hours late. But like, well, what's the point of that? The point of Trump is that there's someone who doesn't need to, like, his utility is not tied to his punctuality. His utility is tied to his ability to notice what needs to be done and do it. Like, if he needs to keep giving something time, he's going to keep giving it time, and people will wait for him. Why? Well, because ultimately over time, he's proved his competency to the point where that's actually the case. And that also is part of his competency. Like, he is competent because he's not bound to time that way. And that allows the people that work with Trump to have someone who is not limited by a limited schedule, who will get the job done no matter what. If this takes 2 hours, takes 5 hours, we're getting it done. If the people scheduled afterwards don't understand, then so be it. And then over time, hard work, persuasive abilities, showing up, getting the job done, putting the ball in the net, getting it done. People learn that that's actually okay. They're like, it's frustrating, but he gets the job done. He gets the job done, and ultimately this is just part of how that happens. So I think that that's a useful thing for people to think of if they're viewing their family. I mean, Trump actually, his kids actually like him, which is nice. I mean, he's been divorced more times than I want to be, but it's it's something. Like, it really is something that, like, it's not about being rude to the people around you. It's about being true to what needs to get done. It's not that I didn't care about missing the dentist appointment. I didn't care about wasting their time or something. It's not that if other times I'm late that I don't care about the person that I'm late to. I do care. I do care a tremendous amount, but it's that I recognize that what I'm doing is important, or otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. And I have a loyalty to that. And that, because I decided that was relevant based on what was best for me and everyone around me. And because I stay true to that, I get it done, and then it is best for me and everyone around me, and then they eventually come to see that and then respect me for that, and then you become in a position where everyone's mad at you all the time, but they recognize that it's their job to be mad at you because you're the person that can handle people being mad at them, and that allows people to actually be able to get stuff done because you're going to frustrate people when you're getting stuff done.